A very good morning, dear friends. And this is again Bindu Malhotra live with Mind Body Experience. And thank you for tuning in today. I'm going to talk on the beautiful topic of discover your inner power. As a meditation teacher or as a hypnotherapist, my role is to empower each and every person that comes here. And how I do that, how I work, or what are my experiences of understanding my inner powers is what I'm going to share today. So, first of all, we need to understand that when it comes to just the simplest things, our day-to-day things, we will go in depth and we'll try and understand the inner powers more, but we'll start with something simple. So the first thing hi Freddie, the first thing we are going to talk about is the food. So it's a one way of giving power to your body. So we start with simple checking and reflecting on what is my diet like, what am I eating, because that is the first step of empowering your body. Your body, you are what you eat, as they say. So what am I eating? And more importantly, the quality of your food. What is the food like? Am I mindful of what I'm eating, or am I watching TV? I'm just interacting with people. What quality of thoughts I am creating while I am indulging in my process of eating food. So that all has an impact, because if you have read or if you have not read this research by Dr. Emoto, it's a beautiful book on how he has researched on simple things like he had water and tears and all those simple things that he has researched, and the research is just eye-opening. How everything is energy, every element carries the energy, and what energy are we consuming is having an effect on our mind, our body, our immune system, our soul. So how do we empower ourselves? So first steps are very practical to understand, what am I feeding my body with? What am I fueling my body with? So starting it right from the first steps. Then we will go deep within when we are talking more about the soul level powers and understanding and empowering yourself on that level. But on the day-to-day basis, most of the people these days are very mindful of what they're eating. They're reading a lot of research on what they should eat and what they should not eat. That slogan of eat, drink, and be merry is no longer applicable, because what we were doing and that fake belief that this is the way how life has to be lived. Many people have done that. They have seen the results and the illnesses that it can cause. So it's a time to recheck, reflect, and of course this time of lockdown and this illness has brought us to that place of inner reflection, that what am I doing? What is the real work that I need to do here, the inner work that I need to do here? And then we have done a lot of research on healthy diet, immune system, boosting the immune system, right exercises, right food and juices and all this kind of stuff. So coming back to that, it's we are what we eat. So everything that you eat is consumed and is spread in your body, and that's what your body is made up of now. Every cell carries that energy. So what energy do I put it while I'm making the food? If you see a busy restaurant, if you ever worked as a chef in a busy hotel or restaurants, you know the energy that goes in there, the stress level that the chefs go through. And if you check with Dr. Emoto's research, every thought is energy, which is in every element. When he was doing the research on the molecules of tears, sad tears, and happy tears, and joyous tears, all the pictures are so different. When he labeled the glasses with Hitler or Mother Teresa or such love or that kind of God, that kind of name, the elements change, their molecules change. So when people are creating so much of negative thoughts of stress and they're preparing your food, that is what you're going to consume. Yes, the food is going to go inside your body in the form of minerals, vitamins, and all this kind of stuff. But the thoughts that the person who has cooked your food is going in that food and is going to go in your mind, because that's the department of thoughts and energy. So what am I carrying? Why am I putting this extra pressure or stuff inside me? We already have a lot to work on ourselves, and this is something which I'm putting externally. So just being mindful of what I am doing with myself when I am preparing my food. What is my consciousness? How am I consuming it? That's very important. That are you mindful while you're chewing your food, taking that time, or are you busy in front of a television set? Even if you're busy watching something, what is the quality of the thing that you're watching? Because whatever information you're allowing in is processed, and that's the state of your emotion, of your energy field, and that is what you are consuming this food with. Are you reading COVID news? Are you reading more problems and tsunamis and all those problems that's happening, the wars? Then you're carrying that energy. Just thinking about it, just talking about it right now, I can feel the heaviness of all that deaths and that illnesses. Just tune into your body and you will be able to find out that how heavy it feels just listening to that. And now tune into something like a serene beach, or the inner sanctuary that you can create of your haven, your paradise, a place where you are feeling safe. Now how you feel. So every thought that you create within you has an effect on your energy, on your vibration, on every cell. And that's the foundation of your immune system. That's the foundation of your inner health, inner power. So what we're trying to do is we are taking practical steps, first understanding that you can change the energy of your food. You can change it completely. You cannot just change the energy of your food. You can change the energy of your water. You can change the energy of the atmosphere that you're in. And it all starts with your work within, your inner power, understanding yourself. First, understanding how powerful your thoughts are, how powerful you as this being, individual are. When you can connect to that, there's a book called Secret, or the movie called Secret. You can watch that. It's very materialistic. I think it's very much commercial and all this material things coming in your life, which is underlying the message that they want to share is your thoughts has the power to manifest anything that you want to manifest or bring from the universe. So what would you like to create? How would you like to create? And are you that mindful or that attentive to realize that you have this power? Because as per the research, they say we create around 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. So just imagine we are draining this power that we have, the thought power, and we're draining it because every thought is energy. And I'm draining it now, constantly thinking about either food, what I should eat, or draining about the emotions I'm going through, the past, the issues that has happening, or the world. If I have nothing, then I can worry about the world, what's happening to the world, what's going to end, all that kind of stuff. So understanding that we have the choice to sit and filter and choose what I want to think, because they are very, very powerful. If you can really understand the power or have an experience, it takes a little experiment to understand and come to that seeing that your thoughts are powerful. Then you will start to spend them really wisely. Just like we be very mindful before spending the money, I think we should be even more, 10 times more mindful before we spend our thoughts. Most of my clients, I feel really sad when they have thoughts, when they're having that inner dialogue with themselves, where they're talking about themselves saying, I'm not good enough, I'm not worth it, I should not be alive. All those kind of heavy thoughts, just listening to that, you might be feeling that heaviness, beating themselves up for small things. The minute they make a mistake, they want things perfect, they want things best, they're trying their best, and they're not happy and not content. So the power for that inner conversation and that inner dialogue is very important. The power of your relationship with yourself is extremely important. So what is the relationship that you have with yourself? How do you talk to yourself? Do you beat yourself all the time? Do you have thoughts like, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I don't like this body, I don't like me, I don't think I'm good enough, I have these issues? And because that has been highlighted all our life. That's a programming that we have all gone through. The minute we make a mistake, everyone just puts a red cross, or they're just points you've done something wrong. But when we do things right, no one tells us that. And there comes our work where we need to step in for ourselves and just say, this is wrong. I need to fix this. Okay, I made a mistake, accept it, and then work on it. So there's always steps. These inner steps are very important for us to know. That what are those inner steps? And for that, there has to be, first of all, importance that I am important for myself. We give importance to everyone. We try and sometimes please everyone. We try and be in everyone's good books. We're doing everything for everyone, and I am last in my list. That should not be the case. Change it. It's time to be first self-care, and self-care can also go to selfish self-care. So keeping a balance where I'm taking care of myself, because I have to first be full and content and happy. Unless and until I'm there, I cannot be with any relationship making them happy, making them trying to please them. That's not going to help. I can be myself and I can say no, and it's okay because the energy is right. I am happy. I'm honest with myself that that is not right. So that is the place where we need to work on. We have to be in that space where I can see things in the right perspective, and that inner dialogue is very important. I love that inner conversation, especially when I'm out in the world and I'm just walking or whatever, and the dialogues that goes inside your mind has this inner chatter constantly. It likes to talk, and then that inner chatter is what I'm paying attention to. And when I'm paying attention to, as I have worked on it for years, I sometimes enjoy it. And if I feel there's judgments or there's criticism, I don't even entertain it. And that is the work that I have to do when I sit in solitude. So there has to be time for solitude. There has to be time where I'm building on this relationship. How does relationship works? It has to be invested. Your time has to be invested. Your energy has to be invested. You have to give time, the importance to that person. You have to be available for that person. You have to love that person to the dearest, to all your heart and soul. You have to give yourself to get all that in return. So you have invested so much in a relationship. And then this is the same thing. How much time do you invest in building that relationship with yourself? We can say, I'm just with myself all the time. What do I need to do again to build or extra time? I'm just with myself all the time. But that's not what I'm talking. We are with ourselves, but we're very much extrovert. We are very much looking in the world, what world is giving to me, what situations are coming towards me. Hey, hi. So all these things are coming from the world outside in. Now it's time, what I'm talking about is the inner world where you are going inside and then you're coming out in the world. So that inner work, your inner relationship, your inner conversation, knowing yourself is very important. So for you to know yourself, or to start, if you feel you're a beginner, just take a pen and paper and write down what are your strengths and your weaknesses. Give your introduction to yourself. So I can see Freddie, I can see Neetu, I can see so many people here. Take this, ask yourself a question. Who is Neetu? Who is Bidu? Who am I truly? What is my personality like? What do I like? What is it that I don't like? And I really want you to go in depth, refined, and really go in the depths, in the crux of finding, I don't like that flavor. I don't like that kind of hairstyle. For yourself. You're not doing it for others. You're just doing it for yourself. I don't like saying no to people. Now you will go in depth and trying to see the patterns that you have. Even if I'm really tired, I don't say no to people. I'm always available for people. I'm always available to help them. So now you're finding your patterns. I get angry when I'm tired and still have to work. Now you're finding a deeper pattern, which you need to understand that because of one thing that you're not doing right for your self-care, you are actually causing issues in your relationship. So when you start to find the patterns, it becomes easier to dissolve it, to clear it, to find the antidote, I'll say. So I find antidotes. So when I'm listening to talks, when I'm listening to positive workshops, what I'm doing for myself in my toolbox, I'm finding different antidotes. All these antidotes are what we need to replace the negative programming with the positive programming. Here comes your therapist. So your hypnotherapist does the same thing. What we do when we listen to the consultations, we listen to all your negative programmings, all that criticism, all that experiences that has happened, all the trauma that you've gone through. And we know the set of positive program because I have worked on myself and I have been trained for years to create the positive programmings and suggestions for you. I create the perfect positive suggestions which you need to be integrated. But you can do it yourself. It's a self-consent state anyways. So you can do it yourself, sit in that solitude, invest time in yourself. The most important thing I feel that a person should do is invest in themselves. We do everything. We buy gifts, we buy houses, we take mortgage, we do everything for everyone. But then when it comes to ourselves, we do the nails, maybe we do the hairs, we do something simple, and we feel we have done self-care. That's not self-care. Self-care is where you really sit down, you really be honest, and you're ready to work on all that programmings, clear it so that you can live your life to the best of why you're here, your sole purpose. You're here not to sulk. You're not here to suffer, to beat yourself, to say, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't like to look in the mirror. That's not why you're here. There has to be that joy, that happiness of being alive. And that is not just a work that I need to sit in meditation and feel gratitude. It's not going to work like that. It has to come from within. And there comes the deeper work of understanding yourself first, understanding what you're putting in your body. The food, what quality of food are you putting inside your body? Are you mindful? Are you just looking at everyone and because it's a programming, everyone is eating them, I'm eating them? Or is it something that you're mindfully thinking and doing? Have you researched on it? Have you, just like you've researched on so many things, you have studied so many things and then you are, working in that particular field. Have you really worked on yourself, understanding what am I fueling this body with? What am I consuming? What am I thinking? How can I change this? What is the internal mechanism of this machine? Where am I truly? Or what is the quality of me? So when you understand all those deep work that we need to do on ourselves, because no one else is going to do it for you, and no one has the power. No one has the power to do it for you. That's the work that only you have to do. You can have loads of guides, loads of meditation teachers to help you, or a best hypnotherapist who can program that in you, but it's the work that you have to have the initiative. I have many clients here and they come because their parents want to send them here, or their girlfriends or their boyfriends want them here, but it has to come from them. The thought, this determined thought that I need to get help, I need to work on myself, has to be from within, and only then there is a success. There is a perfect programming that they want to create for themselves. The other thing I will feel that silence is very important as well. It's a beautiful power. Most of the time we are so much into doing, because this is a world of doing. We are constantly doing things, and your mind has the beautiful slogan, what next? You can't sit relaxed. The minute you're sitting relaxed, it will say, what next? What is the plan? What are we doing today? What's happening here? And it wants to jump like a monkey constantly. It doesn't let you sit. And if you're sitting, it's just telling you you're wasting your time. You're not doing anything. You're not good for anything. Yeah. So the silence, not just external silence. We sometimes have no one around us, especially in lockdown. Many people are all by themselves. But the inner silence I'm talking about. So the silence in between the thoughts, if we can just work on that silence, elongate that time, and allow ourselves to think nothing. And just practicing this for few hours, few minutes, every day, giving yourself the time to think nothing. And I don't want you to force yourself to think nothing. If there's a thought, you just observe it. Don't board on it. Don't have a conversation with it like, oh, I think I have to dry my clothes. Don't just sit with it and have an argument. Why did you come here? I am just meditating now. Don't try and have a conversation. I'll do that later. Just observe. It will come and go. If you don't board on it, it will automatically come and go. So that power of silence, you will see the more you do not indulge in your thoughts, they will slow down and slowly they will disappear. And they will, if you sit every day for a few minutes, same time, in the same place, you are slowly creating atmosphere. You're creating this atmosphere of silence around you in that room. Just as I'm talking, and I'm allowing you to experience that silence as I'm taking more pause while I'm speaking, I think you can experience, as I'm able to experience, the silence and the calmness in the room. So it is something that comes from within. You can create anything that you want to create. You can empower the same plate of food that you're eating every single day, all your salads, all your healthy seeds and fruits and all that kind of stuff. You can empower by blessing it. Blessing is a powerful thought. Yeah, I am imagining in my mind, just like I can imagine a beautiful beach, so calm, so serene, I can imagine the Almighty, or whatever you believe in, an angel, blessing their beautiful magical powers in that dish. Accepting it, I can see all the farmers who grown it. I can see all the people who have brought it in the market, in their trucks, in their vans. I can see all those people who have spent so much time cleaning it, clearing it, packing it, how much they have sacrificed. Their family were home and they were doing this work for me. And I have also seen the person who has given me the money, the source that I'm working and I'm getting. And then I have the gratitude to now consume this food with the prayer, with that positive intention. I see the angels or the source or whoever you believe in is blessing this food. While I'm saying this, I know you're imagining it. And when you're imagining this, you can feel the energy. And now just imagine if you eat this plate of food, you have blessed it, you have empowered it. And now when you consume it, it doesn't carry people's stress. It doesn't carry people's negativity. It carries only the strength that you need to fill this body, to fuel this body. And you're mindful while you're eating, your gratitude with each and every bite you're taking. You're you're feeling more gratitude. You're feeling more blessed and thankful for all that who have created. So a small plate of food can actually create so much positivity inside you because you put that thoughts in it. So the thoughts will go in your mind, and that will, most of the illnesses today, 70% are psychosomatic. It's mental health issues. And why is it? Because we are consuming, we are putting all the stress from the external world. Even the water that we are drinking, it has so many chemicals, so much happening. It's traveling from so many places of stress, and it's carrying all that stress or whatever you call it, the emotions. It is there as per Dr. Emoto's research. So now when you're drinking your glass of water or any juice or any drink, do the same practice of visualizing, blessing. You take 1 minute or just 30 seconds to do this work, and you can change the molecular structure. If you had that kind of device to sense and check, I had once, this lady sitting next to my stall in RDS with Mind, Body, Spirit, and they were selling these devices who could sense the molecular pH level of water. And so they asked me, you're doing this healing. What is this healing? And I said, okay, give me the glass of water that is not yet, which is normal water that you're having. I will charge it. Before that, you check its pH level, and after that, check the pH level. So I did the charging, I did the blessing with the water, and I've given some attunement, some work there, and I asked her to recheck, and the molecular level, everything changed. It's there on my page, which I will definitely try and find and comment below this video. And that was the most amazing things that I realized, that you can actually, if you can, scan it, check it, and test it, you will know the power of your thoughts. You will know really the power of every intention you have before blessing your food, drinking the water, maintaining that silence in between your thoughts, and practicing that time of inner silence, where you are really allowing yourself to sit for silence and doing nothing internally for a few minutes or few hours, whatever time you want to give yourself. And it should not be a force. It should not be a forcing yourself to not create thoughts. If they are thoughts, let them come. And once they're gone, they're gone. Especially at the time of chaos, what do? When there's a lot of chaos, lots of news happening, people are dying, people are really suffering. My close ones are in trouble. I can feel there's so much happening around me. Now what I do? So once you understand that you can create your own inner haven, your own inner sanctuary, a place that you feel safe right inside your imagination. And when you can create that place, when you sit in your time reflecting, you have the power to withdraw. Withdraw doesn't mean in the negative way where you're withdrawing from people and saying, I'm not talking to that person, I'm withdrawing that energy. I'm not talking. I'm saying it's a power when you can go within from all that is happening, all the noise, the disturbance, the emotions that's happening outside. You withdraw and you go in that place from where you are not affected emotionally, mentally. You're feeling safe. And then from that place, you start to look at things. And you can look at things from that inner peace, from that inner strength, from that clarity, understanding that this is the situation which is external. And you can sit there and reflect, is it in my control? Is it out of my control? If it's in my control, what can I do? Rather than allowing the mind to speed and take you into that waves and just flowing with it and swaying with that, you can step back, take your time, pause, think about it, and then come external. So you have a solution before you come out. And that is a strength. It takes a lot of work. It's not easy the way I'm saying. It takes work, it takes time, but the minute you do the first few steps of making sure what you're eating is right, the quality is right, you're mindful, your programming, your inner programming, your understanding of your thoughts, you have invested that time, that money, that energy on helping yourself, clearing the patterns that you see that you need to clear, empower yourself, have that inner relationship first, having the time to create that silence inside, deep within, and then you will have the strength to withdraw when you need to withdraw, find a solution, and then come out. More like a tortoise. A tortoise can see when it's dangerous, he will go inside his shell, he'll be safe there, and then when he feels everything is fine, he'll come out. Yeah. So finding that inner shell, that's inner space that you can feel safe within, and then you come out. So that's your inner power. And then you can also have the strength to back up. Now I love this thought, and I work with a lot with this thought. So power to pack up. How do you pack things up? Yeah. So if you have this thought that today is my last day on this world, how will your external and internal state be? Just think about it. Take your time in your time of solitude. Think about, if today is your last day, have you finished all your unfinished work? Is there unfulfilled desires? Are there other things that you need to do? Because we can create a lot of expansion, lots of stuff around us, and that is not sometimes helpful. So we need to create this attitude that I'm a traveler, I am a guest on this planet, and I can go anytime. We all forget that we also have to go. We sometimes listen to others and we see their age and we say, that's their time. I don't think it's my time. But no one has got that passport or that stamp that this is the last day when you will be going. Yeah. So any day can be my last day. And so how do I want to live? How do I want my relationship with others? With myself first. I had very tragic news that my cousin brother's wife passed away. And as I was energetically trying to connect to the energy of her, she felt sad that I have been constantly serving everyone. I never got the chance to be served myself, that I have to take care of my elders, I have to take care of my children, I have to take care of my husband, I have to take care of everyone. But then when it came to, as I thought, as per the programming, when I grow old, then it will be my time to be taken care of. I feel I didn't get that chance. So I felt that's a very good lesson for everyone, that am I taking care of myself, the way I'm taking care of everyone else, the way I'm loving everyone else. Do I love myself that much? Do I take care of myself that much? Or will I have regrets when I leave this body, this plane? And to have no regrets, take the simple steps. Start simple, practical steps for yourself. And when you feel you've achieved that, always, every moment, just be like a traveler. And this illness has given you that, anyone can die anytime. Just go in the hospital, you never know you're coming back, or today's your last day. And that's a beautiful way of living, I think, because then I'm not creating too much expansion inside. I have my bags packed, I'm ready to fly anytime, and I'm living each and every day to my fullest. I'm living each and every day happy, content, making sure that I serve someone, making sure I'm available for someone, helping someone. I'm not just living a selfish life. So keeping that balance, self-care and serving others in the same time, where I feel content, because the minute you serve others, you give, you share what you have. Even the simplest thing that I know how to solve that issue, I have gone through that problem, I can tell you or show you how to pass that, or I had low self-esteem, I can show you how to have a high self-esteem, or self-esteem which is positive, self-respect that is necessary. And just simple things that we can share. It could be a simple recipe of cake that I can share. Every time you share something, there's a different kind of energy, a joy that is within you. Try this. Just try sharing something with someone, an advice or something good, a hug, and just see how it makes them feel. Yeah. So it's a beautiful gift, and we are here to serve, to help others. Not that I have to please them. It's not for pleasing. I'm there to serve in the way I'm human. They are also human. We're all going through the same things. We all love the same things: happiness, love, peace, all these lovely things. We love all this information. And just being there for each other, being kind to each other, and traveling light. Always your bags should be packed. If today is your last day, is it someone that you haven't yet said that you love this person, or your child? Is there someone you haven't said, I'm sorry? Or is there something that you needed to do for someone that they wanted or they expected you to do? And we can just make sure we have finished all those karmic patterns and the accounts, and we are traveling light. There are no regrets. There's no unfinished things. Say yes when you can. Say no when you feel you don't want to do it. Travel light. Be light. And don't have regrets, or don't have heaviness about it. Be true and honest to yourself. There are loads of inner powers that I can carry on and go on talking about, but I think we start with simple steps and then we build on that. There's one more power that I would like to add, is power to tolerate. It's a beautiful power. It can take another half an hour, so I am going to carry on with my next video with the power to tolerate and power to judge, all those things. I'm going to come back again and talk more about those deeper powers, which will take at least 30 minutes to an hour to explain and go in depth. But they are powers that we need. But first, when we start working on these steps, I think it will be easy to build on the higher work, the bigger powers, which are the inner strengths, the inner powers. All right, so hope this talk was helpful. Working on our values, virtues, empowering ourselves is what will make us feel good. When we are working on ourselves in that time of solitude time, or even when you're with your therapist, when you're taking this time for yourself, you are telling them what you want inside you as a programming, or as a inner work that you want help with your meditation teacher or with your healer. When you're working with them, you're telling them what exactly you want to integrate inside you. So when you're integrating all these powerful things inside your mind, inside your soul, this is the law of attraction. When you have that intention of this is what I want to attract, things automatically, the wisdom that you need for that, the powers that you need to do that work will start to flow into you. And that is the magic, that you create a thought, you create intention, your attention on that, and then things start to shift and move, revolving around that. So try not to have too many things at one time. Work on one thing. That's why sit down, write an introduction of who you are to yourself, tell your personality, tell your strengths, your weaknesses, And then choose one thing that you want to work on. And then go in depth, find that silence, work on your silence, and then dig deeper. So hope this small talk was helpful for you. Thank you so much always for tuning in. And your comments are very important because that gives me an idea of what you'd like to listen. Otherwise, I'll be talking what I feel you are at. Maybe you are in a different state and you really need some other kind of talk from me. Maybe more simpler and more initial steps. And I'll be happy to share those steps with you. These are more advanced. We're starting with the practical steps. But if you're a state of consciousness, like I have clients where they are really in a state where, hi there, where they are really suicidal or they have self-harming thoughts, which is very painful as a therapist for me to see. But if you know the tools, you know the steps, it doesn't scare me. I feel it's more like a challenge, and I want to give that hand to my clients to bring them out of that state. So that inner work can make you in a place which is a very powerful state where you know exactly what is the steps to reach there, and you know how to bring someone out there. So when you're doing that work, don't think you're doing it just for yourself. You're actually doing it because once you walk through that way, that path, you can actually show many people how to come out of that state. So whatever you're going through, there's a reason. And I'm here if you need me. I'm always available. It's just a message away. Just send me a message, a comment, any questions or anything that you'd like me to talk on. As I mentioned already, I'm going to talk about more powers in the next live chat. And so I'll be keeping you posted about the timings for the next live. Thank you for tuning in. I wish you all a great day. Happy Sunday. And I'll see you probably very soon. Bye now.